Hey yo, what up gamers? Porcupine here, new video. Today I want to talk about the serious hard-hitting issues that is plaguing our society, the serious problems that we need to fix. I think I greatly have improved my life in the past like 2 to 3 years, and I kind of want to go into how I did that. I think part of it is to do with cutting out certain behaviors that I'm going to talk about in this video. For the longest time, I had this mindset of like, let people do what they want, do what makes them happy. You know, if someone thinks jacking off and playing video games all day, that makes them happy, that's a happy life for them, then, you know, who am I to tell you that's the wrong way to live? But yeah, I think that's a pretty naive view. I think people are just really bad at knowing what makes them happy. We're really good at knowing what makes us happy in the short term. You know, we know eating a burger is going to make me feel good right now. Playing this game is going to make me feel good right now. But we're really bad at looking long term, what's going to make us happy and fulfilled. And I think it has to do with we just have an obsession with instant gratification. We need to be satisfied right now, right at this second. And a lot of this sort of instant gratification type stuff manifests itself in short form content, you know, social media, TikToks, you know, forms of entertainment that are just like very short bursts, 6 seconds long to like 30 seconds long. And I just really think a lot of it is not healthy and is destructive. I think probably one of the worst aspects of this short form content type stuff is people who get their news or their political information from, you know, TikTok. If you're doing this, please immediately stop. Not just TikTok, Facebook, Instagram, any of these short form type sites. Just please do not get your information from these sites. And getting information from these platforms is bad for a few reasons. One, I feel like videos on these sites very rarely cite sources. They don't put links to where they're getting their information from. They also are often taken out of context. They'll play clips of politicians, taken out of context to make it look worse than it is. Or a recent example is sort of the city bike thing that happened. There was a white woman trying to get a city bike, and then these 4 black people, I think it was 4, these 4 black people were like harassing her, trying to take the bike from her, and they deceptively clipped out a moment to make it look like the white woman was like trying to just start like a racist panic or something. Like and they made it look like she was like fake scared of these people or something. And then the whole story just is complete bullshit. It was her city bike. She was legitimately scared that there were 4 men surrounding her, harassing her.
No, record him. Help me! Please help me!
It's not your bike.
Please help me!
It's not your bike. It's not your bike.
Please help me! Help! Please get off me!
Wait, what the fuck? What's going on, bro?
Please get off me!
Yo, don't not take it, bro.
Now you're not getting the bike, bro.
Yeah, now you're not getting the bike.
Help!
You're not getting
Get
the
off
bike.
me,
I'm
dude.
not. Bro,
Why you took his phone? What's wrong with you?
Stupid as something. You're
Don't
not
touch
touching
his
my
phone.
phone.
Do not touch his phone.
I'm not touching you. You putting your stomach on my hand.
My dude, stop. No, my dude, stop. No. I said no. I said sit down.
Please help me!
My bike. She's just crying.
You're not crying. You're not crying. I got
Stupid.
I got
It's
your
my
video.
bike.
Oh!
Drunk.
Wait, you pulled it out? Hey, Hassan, you pulled it out? Hassan,
I don't give a fuck.
Hassan, you pulled it out?
This is my bike. It's on my account. Please move.
All right, so why don't we reset the bike?
I'm not resetting the bike.
It's his. It's his. It's his.
Reset it. I'm gonna pull it out on your account.
You are active.
I don't give a fuck.
This is my fake crying.
Guys,
This is fake crying. Stop fake crying.
Hey, stop touching me. I don't touch you.
Hold up.
Hey, stop touching me. Stop touching me.
Why don't you take this bike?
Stop touching me.
I will. I can't.
Exactly. So take
Fuck out of here.
it. So take it.
Buddy, you're stupid ass. Fuck out of here. Dumbass. Your baby gonna come out with
Wait, how you stop crying?
Fuck.
Not a tear came down, miss.
Not
Not a tear came down.
Fuck out of here.
Hold up.
Hey, stop touching me. Stop touching me.
Why don't you take this bike?
Stop touching me.
Context for real. the black guy, they rented the bike, and then the white lady came over and just wanted to take it, and then just started shouting help. This is so petty on her part. It's not petty. She's trying to steal the bike and or get these black guys arrested. These women, this woman is either a sociopath, a racist, or both, and is just trying to like nab simultaneously a free bike and also just get some black guys arrested. It's like this is an attack that could literally endanger their lives. Is she mentally ill? No, she knows what she's doing. Oh? Wait, is this in... Oh, this is New York City. Wait, she should be fired for this. I genuinely, like, if you see one of your nurses, a person who holds the life of patients in their hands, and you see this insane psycho fucking sociopath shit, she should be fired immediately. Okay.
It's not that hard to figure out. If you're doing it on the app, it'll say which bike and which... It'll have a label at the docking station for which bike she's in reference, or they're both referencing. So honestly, it should have been pretty clear to her. But she's in work clothes, so my first thought was, is she drunk? Like, is she? I don't know, but she just seemed really out of it, and she's straight up racist, totally. But there was like, she wasn't really making a ton of sense, which was bizarre. And they were like, "This is my bike. Just go to the other bike stand."
And these sites also have algorithms that will sort of trap you into an echo chamber. There's a good documentary on Netflix about this called The Social Dilemma, about how social media sites sort of get you into a circle jerk. After a while, the site will sort of, based on what you like and the videos you're watching, it will kind of detect where you are in the political spectrum and then cater to that. You know, if it'll know if you're a fucking diehard MAGA person, and then it'll feed you sort of pro right-wing stuff. It'll tell if you're left-wing and feed you pro left-wing stuff. And I think we've reached a point where people don't even know what the other side even believes anymore. We're just completely in two different worlds. You know, if you ask like a Democrat, why are, you know, most conservatives pro-life? You'll unironically hear them say shit like, oh, well, they're misogynists and they want to control women's bodies. That's why. And it's like, have you ever met a conservative? That's not why. They believe that life starts at conception, and that's, you know, killing a fetus is the same as literally killing a baby, right? Because they believe it is a fully living person worthy of moral consideration from the start. They don't believe that it's part of the woman's body or whatever. Now, you can disagree with that. You can say, oh, well, I don't think that life starts at conception. I think it's 6 months or 5 months or whatever. But that's completely different from saying, you know, they're just misogynists who want to force women into birth.
I'm in the traditional Democrat position, but you see, there is a tribal, amoral, illogical position of just let them kill the baby regardless. I don't see any logic there. I don't see how that makes sense morally or ethically or just mathematically.
Right. So you said I'm pro-abortion. What I'm against is forced birth. And I don't think the state should be forcing women to give birth against their will, which is what your position and your position is as well. So I'm against that. I think that's creepy big government shit.
You know, if you ask a right-wing person, why do Democrats believe in trans people? You'll hear them say shit like, oh, well, they just want to groom kids into cutting their dicks off. It's like, that's not really the case. There's a whole body of research demonstrating that there's a mental illness called gender dysphoria that causes you to have, you know, severe issues, depression, suicidality, because you don't feel like you're in the right body. And that's why they believe in trans people. Now, you can disagree with that. You can say the science is bunk science. I don't think gender dysphoria is really an illness. Or, you know, maybe we're handling it wrong, even if it is a real illness. But again, that's different from saying the Democrats are just evil Jews trying to eat your kid's dick off.
I think there's something so unique about the LGBTQ community has become this cult, and it's so captivating, and it pulls people in so strongly, unlike anything we've ever seen. And they brainwash people to join.
Do you see a spiritual component to any of this? You don't have to answer that if you don't want.
Yeah, I don't know.
Well, I do. I don't think this makes sense at all.
No, it doesn't make any sense. And I think they're evil. And sometimes we try to break it down a lot, and we discuss like why this is happening, what's happening, and whatever. And I think sometimes the simplest answer is like they're just evil. They're bad people. They're just evil people. And they want to groom kids.
We're just living in two completely different worlds where people don't know what each other believe in. And I think a lot of it has to do with these short form content websites, TikTok and Facebook, Instagram. When these websites are showing you the other side, they're showing you the most retarded, most outrageous version of the other side. And that's for a few reasons. One, it's going to get a reaction. You're going to be like, oh my God, this person is saying they identify as a dog. What? The lip fags are going too far, guys. Or, they're going to show you the most racist shit and present it as if this is the average conservative. It's going to provoke a reaction, and it just makes you feel better. It makes you feel smart. Oh my God, the other side is just so stupid. I'm so much smarter. I'm so much better. My opinions must be right. When that's not really the case. It's just you're selectively seeing the most retarded people. If you want to know what the other side believes, what actual intelligent people from the other side believe, you have to actually go out and find it. Go and look at the people whose job it is to be educated on these issues and be able to defend their points. What is, CNN saying? What is Fox News saying? What is the Daily Wire saying? What is Washington Post saying? You have to actually go out and find sources that disagree with you, right? TikTok is never going to be like, oh, here is a person you really hate debunking your entire worldview in a very intelligent, succinct manner. They're never going to give you that because that's going to make you feel like an idiot and you're never going to use the fucking website again. Actually going out and reading articles, looking at what the other side is saying is not instantly gratifying. It's not the short-term fulfillment. It takes time to actually read these articles. You might discover that one of your opinions is wrong, and that feels really bad. You feel like a dummy. You feel like a sucker. So it's not satisfying in the short term, but in the long term, you're going to be a lot more aligned with reality, if you're looking at the other side than if you're just, watching video after video of retarded Marxists or just retarded alt-righters every day, and that's your impression of the entire opposing political party. So that's the first point I wanted to make is just please do not get your information from TikTok or any of these other social media sites. It's not just political information either. My brother was telling me that there's like a lot of misinformation related to like dieting. People will say like, oh, you can't eat these foods in this order or you're going to get bloated or whatever. And they don't really cite any research. It just seems like they're just making shit up as they go. So yeah, just don't get any information at all from TikTok or any of these sites. And even if you're going into it with the mindset of, oh, well, I know not everything on TikTok's true, there's a lot of misinformation, I'm just going to take it with a grain of salt. You're not going to take it with a grain of salt. If you're constantly inundated with a certain message, it is going to get to your head. There's this concept called unconscious bias, where basically the idea is you can have biases against certain people without even being aware of it. If you're growing up in every single TV show you watch, the criminal is always a black person. Even if you're not thinking in your head, I don't like black people, I think they're criminals, right? Your brain can start to make that connection without you even realizing it. You may be walking, late at night on the sidewalk and someone else is coming from the other way, a black man, and you decide to cross to the other side of the sidewalk. You're not thinking in your head, oh, I'm crossing because that's a black man and black people are suspicious. You're just thinking, okay, this person is giving me weird vibes. They seem kind of suspicious. It's late at night. I don't want to mess with this. When if they weren't black, maybe you wouldn't have crossed the street. You're not aware of the bias, but the bias may still be there. And I definitely am a believer in this. If you are constantly watching TikToks that are pushing a certain narrative, it is going to get into your head. If you're constantly seeing video after video of police officers brutalizing black people, you're going to start to think police are just kind of racist pieces of shit. if you're constantly seeing videos of like men in wigs screaming about being misgendered, they're knocking things over, you're going to think transgender people are just crazy retards who are men in wigs.
Excuse me, sir. There's a young man in here.
Excuse me, it's ma'am. It is ma'am.
I can call the...
Take it outside. If you want to call me sir again, I will show you a fucking sir. I apologize. Motherfucker. I apologize now.
You know, if you're constantly being pushed a certain narrative, it will get to you regardless of if you're aware of it or not. You're not taking it with a grain of salt. Now, what if you're the type of person, you don't get your news or political information from TikTok, you just use it as entertainment, just for animal videos, girls shaking their booty, girls doing cringe choreographed dances. That's all I'm using it for. It's just entertainment, porcupine. I'm not a boomer. I know not to get my news from TikTok. Even then, I think it is still bad for a few reasons. I think 6-second videos, 30-second videos, these are only giving you short-term fulfillment. I don't think you can have a 6-second video that is going to like stick with you for the long term. If you took a whole week out of your life and you said, okay, I'm not going to do anything but watch short-form content, TikTok videos, Facebook videos, Reddit memes. I'm just going to watch this short-form social media content all day, all week. And at the end of the week, I asked you, okay, well, did you learn anything? Is there anything that's going to stick with you that you saw? I feel like you wouldn't be able to say anything. If you asked me to describe a TikTok I saw like over a month ago, I don't think I'd be able to tell you even one. It's just, it goes in your brain, it's gone, you forget it. It's not sticking with you. There's nothing you're learning that is of value. If I took a whole week and I said, okay, I'm just going to watch long form movies, TV shows, read, whatever, I think at the end of the week, I would have things that I've learned, lessons I've learned, things that I'm going to remember for a long time. It's actual long-term fulfillment, not just the short-term fulfillment. There's movies I saw as a child that have still stuck with me till today. Just really, you look at a film like The Matrix, and that raises a lot of serious philosophical questions. Is the truth more important than happiness? Is it okay to live in a fake reality if that's going to make you happy? That's a deep philosophical question that you can think about for forever. There's so many things like that from movies that you can take away, and I don't think you're getting anything like that from TikTok at all, ever. I think that's a good framework just in general to view any activity. If you did nothing but this activity for a whole week, would there be any long-term benefits? Does this activity, are you learning a new skill that you can use? Are you building meaningful relationships or long-lasting relationships? Are you creating memories that you can cherish? If the answer is no to all of these, then you should probably cut back on this activity a little bit. You probably shouldn't be spending most of your free time doing this activity. It should probably be in moderation. Yeah, and I think it's just really useful to look at things in terms of, short-term fulfillment, long-term fulfillment, and try to cut as many things out of your life that are just purely just short-term fulfillment. Fast food would be an example of this, drugs, porn, all these things. If you're doing these for, hours on end, you're just wasting your life. But yeah, that's really all I wanted to say. TikTok is cancer. It's destroying the Western world. Please delete it off your phone. No, I'm just kidding. But yeah, try to cut down on it, because it is really fucking gay. So yeah.